Hey everybody, welcome to week number 2 of my Montreal Canadiens Players Power Rankings, where I rank all the players just like the NHL Power Rankings, but instead of teams, I'm using players. And there's 21 spots, and players move up and down depending on how they do during the week of games. So last week there were 3 games. So there were 3 games to judge the players and make the changes. And I won't show you every game afterward, but I'm going to, I do them after Saturday's games. I give a roundup. And this was last week's where you see Gallagher was number 1, Domi, Drouin, and on the bottom was Folan, Kulak, and Riley. And look, we can see if that's going to change. And this is all right here at Talking Habs, where everything is dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. And if you like this video and you want more like it, just go down there, subscribe, ring the notifications bell, and that's going to give you your daily fix of blue, blanc, rouge. And while you're at it, when you're headed down there to subscribe and to give a thumbs up if you like the video, you can leave any comments that you might have in that comment section. That is right down there. So for this second week of the rankings, we start with a fresh slate. I'll just say this, there's 1 player out and there's 1 new player in, as Ryan Poehling did get called up and he played 2 games, I believe. 3 games. And so there's that change, and there's other changes. There's some really good games, like by Shea Weber had a really great game. Mete had a really good one against Boston. So there's been some really good performances, and that's how the rankings they're affected by that. So when players have good games, they move up, and when they have bad games, they move down. That's how it works. So we're going to get right to it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause, write the name, and come right back to you, and you probably won't notice any difference. It'll probably just be a quick second like that. So we're going to get to the first name. So coming in at number 21, down 6 spots from last week, is Jordan Wheel. He did not play, so no chance to move up when you don't play. But I moved him down basically because he did not play, so he couldn't really affect his standings in any way. So he's at number 21. So that's Jordan Wheel, number 21. Off to next one. Hang on one sec. So the next player up at number 20, and he is down 1 spot, and that's Mike Riley. Mike Riley in the 3 games was 0, 0, and 0, so no points. He was a -1. He had 4 shots. He is 0 goals, 2 assists, 2 points for the season, a +1, and like I said, he's down 1 spot, so that's Mike Riley. So up 1 spot in the smudge 19 there, that's a 19, is Brett Kulak. He played last night on Saturday against the Kings. He had no points. He was a -1, 2 shots. He is no goals, 1 assist for 1 point, and a -2 for the season. Now, he's up 1 spot. You could say, why is he up 1 spot and Riley is down 1? I think Kulak has a better upside and a higher ceiling. I like Kulak. I'm not a big Riley fan. I just think Kulak is a better defenseman, and I'm hoping he will show it in his next stint. He sat for a few games. I don't know exactly how many, but I think Kulak is a better player, so that's why he is in the position he is. So at number 19, Brett Kulak. Okay, so down 1 spot, but also injured, so he didn't play, and he's not penalized. Just the other players, passed him because he didn't play at all. Is Jesperi Kotkaniemi. So like I said, he's been injured with the groin. He's still out. He is, for the season, he's 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He's a -1, and that's in 12 games. So Jesperi Kotkaniemi, KK, moves down to number 18. So number 17, and up 1 spot. Up 1 spot with 1 goal and no assists for 1 point in the 3 games. He's a +2 with 2 shots. He has 1 goal and 3 assists for 4 points for the season, and a +4, and that's Paul Byron. Paul Byron, so he moves up 1 spot because he did score. He's playing a little bit better, not all the way back, but he played a little bit better, especially the game he got a goal. But so I'm moving him up to 1 spot, and I really hope that Paul Byron moves his way up a little bit more on this chart. I hope so anyway. So staying in the same position as last week is young defenseman Cale Fleury. Fleury, who I really like his game, but he had 0 points last week. He was a -2, 3 shots, and he has 0 points, is a -2 for the season. So he stays in the same spot because basically he didn't really do much to move up or down. So that's Cale Fleury. Although I like his game, I like his physical part of the game, and I think he's going to stick around. I don't think they're going to demote him when KK comes back. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I think he'll stick around. I like Fleury. So Fleury in at number 16. So at number 15, I've got Ryan Poehling. I slotted him in there for his first week. He played the 3 games. He has 0 points. He's even. He has only 1 shot on goal. And he's also 0 points and even for the season, which makes sense since he only played the 3 games. I've got him in at number 15 for a reason. I think there's a lot of good upside to Poehling. I think he will work his way up. I didn't want to start him at the bottom. I thought he played pretty decently, not great or anything, but listen, Suzuki took a bunch of games to get going. I think they're going to give Poehling those same amount of games to see if he can get going and find his legs in the NHL. And so I started him at number 15. So that's Ryan Poehling, number 15. At number 14, and down 1 spot, I do believe. Down 1. Sorry. Down 1 spot, but oddly, it's hard to explain why he's down 1 spot. I'll give you his stats. He's got 0 goals, 2 assists for 2 points. He's a +1 with 6 shots. He's 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points for the season, and he's even. I put him down because Leggett should have had more. He had a lot of chances and he's playing great, and I love that pass he made to give for the Thompson goal in the Kings game. But I'm still expecting more from the guy, so I put him down 1 spot to 14, and you can argue about it, but that's how it is. Next player up for bids right here. Okay, so also he's up 1. He was 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, a +2, 6 shots. He's 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points for overall for the season. And he's a +5, and that's Ben Sherratt. Sherratt has found his game. He's playing a hell of a lot better. He's found some offense. He's got 3 goals already. I think he had 4 all year last year. So he's up 1 spot. I probably could have put him up a little higher, but he had been playing so poorly at the beginning of the season. I'll raise him up if he keeps this up. How's that? Now, slotting it at number 10, and he is down 2 spots. He's down 2 spots, but he's 0 goals, 2 assists, 2 points, with a +1 and 4 shots, and he's got 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points overall for the season with a +6. Now, why is he down 2 spots? He's down 2 spots because the people that were behind him had really good weeks, even though he did too, and I'm probably a little selfish on one of them, and I wanted to keep him up there. It's a personal thing. That's my... Anyway, so he's down the 2 spots. He's in number 12. He's playing really well, especially 4th liner. I really like this acquisition of Nick Cousins, and I don't know how much higher a guy like Cousins can get on this chart, but let's see if he can get back up to the number 10 that he was at and maybe go higher. I don't know. We'll see. Slotting in at number 11 without moving, staying the same, and playing a really good center game. 35-year-old Uncle Nate Thompson. Nate Thompson is just having... I don't know how to describe it. He's having a great season for him. I mean, he's not going to score 30 goals. He works so hard. He's got great energy, and his skating seems to be... He's faster this year. I don't know what happened, but he seems faster. He's able to get by guys along the boards a lot and get in there for chances. I just like his game this year. He had... Oh, let me give you his stats. He had a goal for 1 point in the 3 games. He's a +1, 3 shots. Overall, he's a goal, 5 assists for 6 points, and he's a +1. And I think I'm really happy. I was happy when they signed him, but then thought, where are they going to, what role does he have? He clearly has a role on this team. And, Yeah, Nate Thompson, just for a guy 35 years old, he looks like he's 20. Well, maybe not that, but he's really playing well, and he's fast out there this year. So down one at number 10 from number 9. So you can't say it's totally selfish on my part that I put him there. But Nick Suzuki is at number 10. Yeah, he had no points in the 3 games. He was a -3 in the 3 games. He had 3 shots. He's 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points, and a +2 for the season. The reason I didn't drop him more than that was because I really like the game he's playing away from the puck. He's solid defensively. He plays the power play. He's starting to take shots on the power play, so that's going to lead to some points. He plays the power play. He can penalty kill. His vision, his anticipation, always a great part of his game. Nick Suzuki, yes, he dropped 1, but deservedly at number 10. I just like the kid, and I think he's going to be great. Moving up a big 3 spots into number 9 is, how do I say it? Okay, well, just defenseman Victor Mete. Mete had a really good week, the 3 games. He had 2 goals for 2 points. He was a +1. He had 5 shots. Overall, he's 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points for the season, and a +8 to lead the team. I believe that leads the team. Deserved to be moved up. He's playing really well now that Shea Weber is playing back to being Shea Weber. Makes Mete look even that much better because he's not having to make up for a lot of mistakes or the lack of Weber's speed. Weber's not completely back, but much better. Mete, 3rd goal. So anybody that is he going to get another goal? Well, he got 2 more against Boston, I believe, and just looking really good. Deserved to be moved up. Legitimate top 4 defenseman, I do believe now. Starting to really look that way. Still really young. Got lots of upside and a high ceiling. Really like Victor Mete. So he's number 9. Now, down 1 spot into number 8 is a defenseman, and definitely our number 2 defenseman, if not our number 1 defenseman. That's Jeff Petrie. Petrie was 0-2 and 0. He must have had 2 assists because I have him at 0 points. 2 assists for 2 points, +3, 1 shot. Overall, he's 2 goals, 8 assists for 10 points. He's a +6. The reason I dropped him 1 spot is he twisted his ankle in Boston. That's obvious, and I think it's affected him the next 2 games, so he really wasn't doing that much. And you don't see the skating, the quickness, and the carrying the puck with confidence. Didn't see it as much with Philadelphia and with LA. So because of that, I dropped him just to 1 spot, and I think he's deserving, and I really like Petrie, but he had an off week a bit. At number 7 and dropping 3 spots is Yoel Armia. Armia had 1 assist for 1 point. He was even on the +-. He had 7 shots. He has 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points for the season, and a +6. He had also a down week. Yeah, he was in the mix and everything, but nothing spectacular, and he didn't get too much in production-wise. So he dropped down to 3 points, and also players behind him really pushed him down because they climbed over him. So that's part of it too. Not to say Armia is playing bad, because he's not. So Armia at number 7. Down 1 spot into number 6, another great player on our team. Center of the top line, Phil Deneau. Phil Deneau had 1 assist for 1 point. He had 8 shots. He was a +2. He has 5 goals, 5 assists for 10 points so far for the season, and a +4. Deneau really got pushed down 1 more because of guys behind him getting pushed up. He still had a steady week, not big on points, but he still has he plays great all the time. Not too many times Phil Deneau has a bad game. So at number 6, Phil Deneau. Down 3 spots into 5 in number 5, and it's not because of lack of trying to score, but there wasn't much production from Max Domi in number 5 this last 3 games. He had 1 assist for 1 point. He was a +1. He has 4 shots for those 3 games. Overall, he's 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points, and a +7. So again, Max Domi just fell down a few spots, more because guys had better weeks than him, and he didn't have much of a production. week, but he definitely was in there trying, and the energy and the speed is all there. Just he didn't have much of a production week. Coming in at number 4 and just missing the top 3. I don't really even think it's his fault, but, things happen. So, that's Brendan Gallagher, by the way. Brendan Gallagher, he's in at number 4. He had 1 assist for 1 point in the 3 games. He was a +1. He still had 9 shots. He's overall for the season 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points, and a +6. So again, lack of production drops him down, plus others had better production. I think Gally is hurt. I really do. That shot he took off his hand in the Boston game to block a shot, and then he went off for a good 5 minutes. He came back out and continued, but I think that hand is sore at the very least and is giving him some trouble, so he's not at his best. I don't think it's anything major, or they wouldn't have played him, but I do think he's hurt to that degree. To what degree, I don't know, but I'm saying I think he's hurt. I haven't heard anything about it. They haven't said anything, but that's what I'm saying. So the top 3 now, moving up, I think the biggest jump of 5 spots. With 3 goals, 1 assist, and 4 points in the 3 games, even for plus-minus, and 14 shots, and 2 power play goals in there, with 5 goals and 8 assists overall for 13 points, and a +1 for the season. Obviously, I'm talking about the captain, Shea Weber, who moves up from 8th to 5th. Weber has just come into his game. His statistics, I'm not going to go over everything, are fantastic. His numbers since October 17th have gotten better and better, and he's just come into the player that he always was. The player everyone was wondering was still there. It's still there. He hasn't lost anything, really. That shot is there. The smarts are there. Very smart player. The speed, skating isn't there. He's still recovering from that knee injury, I think, from that. But because he's such a smart guy, he can get himself into the right position. Yeah, Mete makes up for it when he can't. And I just think he's a great player. And anybody who thought it was gone, well, it's not. He still got it. So number 2 might surprise people, but you must have noticed that he hasn't been called yet. So number 2 and coming up 4 spots, with a goal, 2 assists for 3 points, even in the plus-minus, 6 shots, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points overall, tied or in second spot or third overall in scoring on the team. A +3 overall for the season is Thomas Tatar. The reason why I say he's surprising is because of all the bad penalties he's been taking. Yes, he's been taking some bad penalties, granted, but his production has been there, and this is power rankings. So because of that, I moved him up the 4 spots that I think he does deserve. He's 3rd overall in scoring. I think he deserves to be there. But he'll get back to his disciplined self. He'll be back on the first line, I would expect, by the next game. And Thomas Tatar in at number 2. So obviously, if you haven't figured it out yet, you know who number 1 is. So number 1, obviously, Jonathan Drouin, number 1. And that's coming from me, who everybody would have said last year I was a Drouin hater. I wasn't a hater. I just wanted more out of him, and I didn't want to see that lazy kind of attitude, which is totally gone. This season has been amazing. He takes the body. He goes after retrieve the puck, going out of his way. How many ways has he changed from last season? So Jonathan Drouin, who had 3 assists for 3 points, he was a -1. This is last week in the 3 games. 4 shots, 2 power play assists. He's the points leader with 7 goals and 8 assists for 15 points, and he's a +3. So now Jonathan Drouin is leading this team in points. Quite frankly, that's exactly right now what Jonathan Drouin should be doing. So he's living up to what we really expect him to do, and that's just fantastic. And he's doing it with not just with an elite player's attitude. Some of these guys, they just they don't do the hitting and the back and the forechecking and the back checking and all that. He's doing all of those things. He's leading the team. I just can't say enough about Jonathan Drouin. So that's coming from me, who was really critical of him. So anyway, so there's number 1 to 21. Second week of the power rankings. You can see there was some movement, so it was definitely worth doing. Hopefully this will be like that every week, and it might be, and we'll just continue doing this every Sunday. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And you can head down there while you're doing that and just hit the subscribe and the bell notification if you haven't already. And that'll get you all my videos as they come out and give you your daily fix of Bleu, Blanc, Rouge. So thanks everybody for watching. I got it down 7 minutes less than last week. And go Habs, go! I can't do that. It's easy with that hand. I'm used to the other side, but I can't do it. So go Habs, go! See you next video. And thanks for watching. Try to do this to say bye, y'all.